Hello friends, myself Professor Maske Sagar Dilkar from New Arts Commerce and Science College, and today we are going to see a TY BSc optional subject Introduction to Molecular Biology and Biochemistry. Second topic, that is amino acid. This is the first lecture on amino acid. So let's start our lecture with an introduction of amino acid. Now, why these amino acids are important? 20% of the human body is made up of proteins. What it implies? It implies that the organic component of the body, human body, having a 20% of protein. These proteins are large complex molecules that are critical for normal functioning of cells. That means without proteins there will be no activity of the cell. These are essential proteins which are essential for structure, function and regulation of the body, tissue and organs. Proteins are made up of smaller units called as amino acids, which are building blocks of proteins. This is simple that without protein there will be no cell activity or cell functions. Proteins are regulating the cell functions in the form of enzyme. So we can consider that without protein there will be no cell reaction or metabolism. Now if there is no protein, no metabolism, how proteins are formed? Proteins are formed by the joining of amino acid. It is a simple that suppose if you want to make a home, then we have to make that home with the smaller bricks. Similarly, to make a protein molecule, what we have to use? We have to use a amino acids. So therefore, these are called as a building blocks of amino acid. Okay, these are the building blocks of the protein. They are attached to one another by peptide bonding, forming a longer chain of the proteins. So proteins are made up of an amino acid which are responsible for the cell metabolism. Hence, the study of amino acid is more important. Now let's consider protein molecules. What are protein molecules? These are the most abundant macromolecules in the cell, which are bigger in a size and they are having a variable size as well as a physical property. That's why these proteins are more important. They account for diversity of structure and biological function. That means a protein having a variety of function to perform as well as they are having a different structures. They are linear heteropolymers of the amino acid. They are not only made of the amino acid, they are also made from the other biomolecules, but a building block or the main component of the protein is a amino acid. Let's consider the structure for these proteins. Here a simple example or here it is shown with this that this is the protein structure. Okay, now this protein structure what it implies? It simply implies that there are number of and different components but these chains what we are saying, the chains are made up of the amino acid. Therefore, the study of amino acid is very important. Now let's consider amino acid structure. What is amino acid? Amino acid is a compound in which there is the presence of amino group and a carboxylic group attaches to the alpha carbon atom. That means a alpha carbon or simply middle carbon which will have a amino group, carboxylic group attaches to itself. Along with this, amino acid having this amino carboxylic hydrogen and R group present. This side chain R group or R group is the specialty of the amino acid. All are attached to the alpha carbon atom, hence we are calling it as a alpha amino acid. Now let's consider the actual structure, how amino acids look like. Okay, now this is the example. Here we have seen a amino acid. Now you can see here, there is a presence of an amino group, okay, attaches to this central carbon atom. There is a presence of an carboxylic group which is attached to the same carbon. Then there is a presence of an side chain R group which is attached to the same, and hydrogen is attached to the same. This is alpha with respect to carbon, therefore it is called as a alpha carbon atom, and hence name is a alpha amino acid. Now let's consider it in the ball and stick model. Here we can see carboxylic group, amino group, R group, and there is a hydrogen. Okay, so this is the structure of an amino acid. Here it is mentioned as a L form. The relative configuration of amino acid, it is in the L form. If you remember the previous chapter, that is a D form of the carbohydrate is observed in case of an carbohydrate, while in case of an amino acid, this L form of the amino acid is observed in case of amino acid. Okay, now let's go for next, that is the classification of the amino acid. Why amino acid classification is important? For studying any molecule, systematic classification is very important. Now in case of an chemistry, particularly as a amino acid, there are number of amino acids in the nature, so we have to consider this amino acid classification. Now let's consider amino acid. There are 20 amino acids widely present in a nature. 20 amino acid, number of amino acids are there, but these 20 amino acids are found in all living beings. Therefore, these are considered as a standard 20 amino acid. These all are present in the L form. They are not present in the D form. Now when we consider the amino acid has a four different groups. Already we have seen this. Amino acids are having a four different group. This we have seen in the previous slide. Okay. Now except for glycine, there is a this statement. Why? Because in a glycine, R group is equal to hydrogen. That means R is a hydrogen. Therefore, does not have the all four groups different. The classification of an amino acid, that is depend upon the property, that depends upon the function. Therefore, the classification we will consider for three components. First, we will consider for the side chain R. On the basis of the nature of the R groups, amino acids are classified into four classes. These are classified into four classes. What are the four classes? Four classes are R group non-polar, and there are 10 amino acids from the standard 20 amino acid. R group polar but uncharged, R group polar and positively charged, and last is R group polar and negatively charged. Okay, first here we are having a R group which is a non-polar in a nature. In second we are having a R group polar but uncharged. There is a no presence of the charge. Third, it is a polar and having a positive charge, and last one, it is a polar and negatively charged. Let's consider by one. Now first, that is a R group which is a non-polar. Here are the example where we are having a amino group which is a non. Here there are example: glycine,